Hello and welcome. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Sandro. I'm a candidate master from Croatia, and I'm here to help you improve as fast as possible. Today, you will learn simple techniques for checkmating with a queen, with two rooks, and with one rook. Let's get started. So we're starting with a queen checkmate. And step one is going to be to put our queen a knight's move away from the enemy king. So on any one of these squares. Let's say we go here, and now comes step two. Step two is follow the enemy king. So wherever the king goes, our queen will follow. If they go up, we go up. If they go up and to the right, we go up and to the right. And what's going to eventually happen is that the black king will just have to end up in this corner. Let's see how it works. So if they go up, we go up. They go down and to the right, we go down and to the right. So we just mimic the enemy king, and the box is getting smaller and smaller for his movements. Up, up, and let's just play it out. So whatever they do, we just mimic. And we stop step two at a certain point. Let's just get to it. We stop step two when they touch the corner square. This is very, very important, because if you continue step two now and follow once more, this is unfortunately a stalemate and the game is a draw. So when they touch the corner square, remember, now stop following them, and comes step three. Step three is just bring the king. So we want to get the king closer to be able to deliver the checkmate. So let's see how that works. They could just move up and down, but we're going to get our king close. And once your king is close enough, this is as close as we can come, we cannot come any closer, we can just simply move our queen here. So move the queen to a protected position right in front of the enemy king. And this is going to be checkmate. Now it's up to you to practice. So place these three pieces anywhere on the board and try out the technique. So a small recap is step one, put the queen a knight's move away from the enemy king. Then step two was follow the enemy king's movements. And step three was bring your own king. Now let's see how to checkmate with two rooks. The easiest technique by far is the so-called staircase. And the staircase is essentially when we alternate our rooks with these moves until the black king is forced to go all the way up and just runs out of squares. So let's see how it works. One of our rooks is actually the one delivering check, while the other one is stopping the king's escape. So the king is constantly going to have to move up until they run out of board. So we just alternate our rooks in this fashion and deliver checkmate like this. So one rook is giving check, the other one is preventing the escape. By the way, the reason it's called the staircase is because the moves of the rooks resemble our feet when we're moving up the stairs. So notice, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot, left foot, checkmate. So that's why this is a really easy technique to understand and remember, but let's see how our opponent tries to defend a little bit better. Now, instead of going all the way up, black could defend much, much better by trying to go towards our rooks as we're giving the checks. So as we're doing our normal staircase, if black knows what they're doing, they're going to try and attack our rooks. And now we can't do our usual moves because they would just take our rook. So if we gave a check, they would just take our rook, and now it's much harder. So what we're going to do when our rooks are attacked or stopped is just move them to the other side of the board. Other side of the board on the same file that you were working on. So we're going to go here. And again, we're threatening to do the same thing. Give a check with one rook and protect the escape with the other one. So black's best try is to go here, so that when we go here, they could just take it. However, we're going to apply the same technique. When we're in trouble, just move to the other side. We're going to do this because our rooks are very fast. They can get to the other side of the board in one move, but the black king needs a lot of time to get to the other side. So now it's going to be a forced checkmate. Let's see how it plays out. Again, now we're going to do the staircase just from the other side. Same thing. So we're going to go like that. They have to go back. And we're going to go like that. They have to go back. And that's a checkmate. So remember, when your rooks are attacked, move to the other side of the same file. Now it's up to you to practice. So place two rooks and the kings anywhere on the board. So try to get to the staircase position and then fully execute it. So here, we're very close to it already. So we already have the staircase. And if they're not careful, we're just going to do it. But if they are careful, and if they attack our rooks, we just move to the other side, as we discussed. So that was checkmating with two rooks. Now we're going to move on to checkmating with one rook. Checkmating with one rook may sound pretty difficult, but it's actually very simple. All you have to know is the perfect position. The perfect position is where the kings are a knight's move away, and your rook is closer to your king, not theirs. Those are the two conditions that you need to know. So why is this so good? Because if it's black to move right now, they have two choices. Either to go opposite of your king, to go into opposition, at which point we could just checkmate them, because our king covers all the escape squares. Or the other choice, if they go king a8, then again, we can reach the perfect position. Kings are a nice move away, and our rook is closer to our king, not theirs. And now they have to go into opposition, and then we can checkmate. Now let's see how to make progress using the perfect position. In the previous example, black was already on the last rank, but that's not very realistic. So let's see what happens here. So how do we get to the perfect position? Well, our rook is closer to our king, closer than theirs, but problem is that the kings are not a nice move away. So we have to play king d5. And now black to move has to either go into opposition, at which point we give a check and they have to go to the back rank, or they go to the left and we just do the same thing again. Perfect position. So at some point they're going to have to come back into us, into opposition, and let's see how this plays out. So after this, it has to be our move so that we can give a check, and they have to go back. Let's say they go here. A lot of players, and this is very important, a lot of players automatically go opposite, basically trying to say, oh, I'm going to checkmate next move, but we don't have two moves in a row. Careful. So it's much better to go into the perfect position, because if we go like this, they can just go towards our rook. And now if we try to chase them, that doesn't quite work out. If we try to give a check, they just run away. So we need to get to the perfect position instead of just mindlessly going opposite of the king. This is much, much better. So either they go opposite now and get checkmated, or they go away and we just follow them until the edge of the board where they have to go opposite and get checkmated. Now let's see how to get to the perfect position. So in our first example here, we already have the perfect position, but it's our move. We want it to be black's move so that they have to go opposite, we give a check, and everything we learned so far. But if it's white to move, it seems like we don't have a good move, but actually we could just wait with our rook. If we play a rook move on the same side, that keeps the perfect position. If you were to go on the opposite side, now this is no longer the perfect position, because even though the kings are a nice move away, black's king is closer to your rook, not your own. So we need to waste a move on the same side, and now again, black does not have a good move. Here's a second example, just to switch around the perspectives so you get used to this. But again, remember the two conditions: a knight's move away for the kings, and your king is the one closer to your rook. So that would be king c3 here. So king c3 is the one that gets into the perfect position. So even in this position, we can get to the perfect position in one move. And the way to do it is to just cross the rook over to the other side. And now all the conditions are true. The kings are a nice move away, and our king is closer to our rook, and it's black to move. The last thing that I want you to remember is that sometimes you just cannot get to the perfect position in a single move, and that's okay. All you have to do is play logical moves, like get the king close, waste some time with the rook until you can recognize it. Now it's up to you to practice. So put the rook and the two kings anywhere on the board, wherever you like, and just practice getting to the perfect position from various different positions, over and over again. Congratulations, now you know all the basic checkmates in chess. In the description down below, you're going to find the text version of all of these techniques so you can save them for later use, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much for watching, subscribe on my channel to see more stuff like this, and I'll talk to you soon. Take it easy.